Come to the stage right now. Put your hands together for Kevin.
Welcome to the Unfunny Kevin Show. I am your host, Kevin Melody. It's Monday, November 18th. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope that you're plugging along, you're listening to the show, you're enjoying whatever the fuck you're doing, and you're on your way to a job that you might not love, but there's meaning in it. Janet says good morning, and well, that gets you through the day, right? That's what gets you through the day. Isn't that right, bud? Or, you know, you got the good, you're putting on the good cologne and you walk by and, well, Janet takes notice, and that's good enough for you. It doesn't matter who's in the White House. But for Janet, well, it's a different story. No, I'm just kidding. Whew, all right. Welcome to the Unfunny Kevin Show. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope that you enjoyed your festivity. I don't know if anybody watches sports, but this was a weekend of sports, given the fact we have tons of listeners in different areas. I'm sure somebody must have had to have sat down and watched the Mike Tyson thing on Friday. I will do a brief debrief for those of you who are young and hitting Fortnite dances and just listen to clips of this and don't really listen to the whole show. Mike Tyson predates most of the folks watching that fight that the Jake Paul fan, the average Jake Paul fan, if I don't even know if there are. I mean, there clearly must be because he won't stop. But anyway, his legacy is insane. And I want to take a moment. I know we have a lot of people that listen on Spotify. And if you have Spotify, just type in, it's free with premium audiobooks. It's Mike Tyson. I think it's called Undisputed or some shit. That book, the autobiography of Mike Tyson, is one of the most insane autobiographies you will ever read, period. I mean, like, his story is so fucking insane. When I'm talking, I mean, like, there's shit in there. I thought, like, I lived a crazy life by the time I was 13. By the time Mike was 13, he was 49. I was like 25, but he was like 49. Holy shit. The shit he went through, the abject poverty, the horror of Brownsville, New York, like just the different neighborhoods and places he was in. And the shit he went through was insane. So the fact that he even people are like, I can't believe he bit a man's ear off. He's a dirty fighter. No. Read the book. Read the book. Well, you know, I can't, you know, I don't know. Mike may not have it. No, Mike has it. Mike could literally murder him on the street. But Mike came from abject poverty. And he went through a fucked up situation with this rape case, which is very public, and he continues to deny till this day. And in my opinion, the boy is innocent. My man, Mikey Iron Mike, is innocent. It happened in a deeply racist it was what, Indiana or something, the home of the Klan. And I don't think he got a fair shot. So he lost a ton of fucking money. He was pretty broke. The hangover kind of brought him back. Legalization of weed brought him back. But the man made like, I don't know, $400 million or something over the course of his career to go broke. And that's easy when you literally live. He was going home to fucking abandoned apartment to abandoned apartment with no heat in the winter in New York. And him and his fucking 3 siblings and his mother would just huddle to stay warm and pray. I mean, he'd go to school just to eat fucking food. They used to call Iron Mike Tyson, the guy who became Iron Mike Tyson, when he was younger, they were so fucking poor that they had no hot water. So he'd go to school and they call him Stinky and they bully the shit out of him. And he had no real like father figure to kind of, walk him through male hygiene. So his teeth were fucked up and he was smelly and they call him Stinky and fucking homeless and all this shit. and he took a ton of abuse, and he didn't get into a fight until he was like 13. Literally, like he was just this fucked over kid, like constantly. His mother was a raging alcoholic, and she'd beat the fuck out of her boyfriend. One of her boyfriends, I think, was a pimp, and Mike was such a fucking, fucked up kid. I mean, he shared a bed with his mother well into his teens, and one time when he was sleeping, she fucked some dude next to him. Like, because there's nowhere to go. This shit is insane. Listen to the book before that. Fucking hashtag Paul wrecked. No, it was rigged. It was hashtag Paul rigged, not wrecked, rigged. It was clearly, a $20 million bag so he can have something to leave his children whom he loves, It was a fucking, you knew it. You knew it when you saw it. If you know Mike, you know it when you saw it. He had to pull back that fucking demon, and that's really hard for him. And that was the win, I think, was him going in the ring and holding back and taking the bag. And a man who has fucking 88% knockout ratio didn't lose to Jake Paul. He barely touched Jake Paul, and we know why, So, I thought that was like just insane. But my point is, I did a book report on Mike Tyson in like 8th grade. So I read that book, and then a couple months ago, I started listening to the audio book. Like, I was like, oh, I want to catch up on this shit. I kind of forgot some stuff. Dude, listen to that fucking audiobook. His hero, which is insane, was this amazing boxer. His name was Jack Johnson. And Customato, who was his coach, his boxing coach, who kind of made Mike who he was, he would watch videos of him. And Jack Johnson, who, kids listening to this think Jack Johnson is just the fucking, ukulele guy. White guy makes cute songs, but Jack Johnson was one of the most insane boxers. He was this black dude who literally, talk about race relations and how fucking crazy racist white dudes were insanely aggressive towards black people at this time. The guy was born in like 1888 or something. He was boxing in like the 1904, and he was such a fucking incredible boxer. He was killing everybody he faced. He had a white wife, and it was hilarious. He would tie, I believe they said he would tie some shit around his dick, and he would go out there and he would grab his dick and he'd be like, fuck you white motherfuckers, look at my dick. Like, he was crazy. He would talk crazy shit. And that's what inspired Mike. That's why Mike was so off the fucking chain. And his favorite fighter was actually Roberto Duran. So I don't know. My point is, Mike is a fucking legend. And that night was really, really about the Irish lady and the Puerto Rican lady. Well, even funnier, if you go back, look it up, watch the first fight. The first fight was this Indian gentleman, not a single tattoo on his fucking body. He looks like he worked in IT. And the other guy was like blue fucking hair. He had like El Diablo and like a fucking pitchfork on his stomach. He looked like a murderer. The IT guy came out, kicked the shit out of him, and then humped him. There's a fucking clip of the IT guy. He's like, don't fuck with me, buddy. And he like bends the guy over and starts humping him in the corner. I've never seen anything like this. And then the that's worth your money right there. And then the Irish lady, Katie something, Taylor Katie, and I think it's Amanda fucking. Anyway, you can Google it. The Puerto Rican lady was a fucking savage. I love that bitch. And the Irish chick, in her intro, they're like, here comes blah, 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 Katie. In Ireland, when boxing was outlawed. I'm like, is she 98? Was boxing outlawed for chicks in Ireland? Until very recently, I guess women couldn't box or something. Hold on. Let's not butcher this. Was boxing illegal in Ireland for women? In the late 90s, women boxing was banned in Ireland, which meant there were no sanctioned amateur fights in which Taylor could compete. So Katie Taylor fought men. This chick literally pretended she's one of the first women in Ireland. She pushed the boundary. She just pretended to be a dude. So, you know, that Irish chick is a savage for sure, but she's such a savage that she plays dirty, and she fucking headbutt the Puerto Rican lady. And so the Puerto Rican lady split her fucking eye open. And if you watch it on Netflix, you can hear the doctor go, hey, are you good? Are you good to go? And she goes, yeah, fuck it. And she kept fighting. I was floored. Fucking floored, dude. I mean, floored. I couldn't believe it. The way that she just kept fucking fighting. And it was a Serrano. That was her name. Taylor versus Serrano. But Serrano was just like, man, she landed punches. She was a fucking animal. It was nuts, man. So good day, you know, for sport there. Fucking absolutely insane. And then following that was Saturday with John Jones, UFC. And it's crazy. It's super insane. Trump is at the I completely forgot that he's like best friends with Dana White. So you're watching this. John Jones absolutely murders his opponent. And then he does this Trump dance, and they show Trump's there, and he gets up on the cage and he's shaking his hand. And he's like, I want to shout out Trump. And you can look up John Jones. I'll give you a hint. He's not a white guy in a MAGA hat. He's a giant black dude. And it's hilarious. That rolled into Sunday. There was more dudes doing the Trump dance. I was watching football today. It was like 6 or 7 guys. They got touchdowns. They did the Trump dance. The Trump dance is like a thing now in sport. It's fucking nuts. Anyway, speaking of Trumpido, a.k.a. President-elect, a.k.a. January 6th. I have no idea who those people are. He appointed the new Department of Health and Human Services so far, so we don't know what's going to happen. RFKJ, a.k.a. RFK Jr., a.k.a. I don't have any idea where that bear's carcass came from. And he took a picture on a plane with RFK. He's having a Big Mac and a Diet Coke, and there's Elon Musk, and this is all counter to what RFK deeply believes, because it's poison. We're all getting poison. And that's true. I won't argue with him. The food is poison. Let me tell you. If you're not paying attention, it is poison. But it's really funny. I got this clip of him, and this is like, you know, controversial, talking about, I think, Trump's diet. Let's see.
The stuff that he eats is really like bad. Campaign food is always bad, but the food that goes onto that airplane is like just poison.
Another weird thing that's on the plane is underage children.
It's between, you don't have the choice.
It's kind of weird. Speaking of planes, Trump was very good friends with Epstein. They were flying on planes constantly.
You're either given KFC or Big Macs.
Or a young woman named...
That's like when you're lucky, and the rest of the stuff is I consider kind of inedible. But he has never seen Trump drink a glass of water. Yeah. The last day we were with him, he was up 48 hours.
Yeah, he's up 48 hours. Fucking little. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, who knows? I don't know. Epstein, it's all weird. Anyway, RFK, that's him heading the health thing. I don't. Whoo! You know who's not happy about this, besides 50% of our country, maybe more, to be seen, is Republican Mike Pence. Yes, I have an article here. It's not old. It seems pretty new. I think it's from only a couple days ago. It says, could abortion doom RFK Jr.'s HHS appointment? Mike Pence is trying to rally Republicans against Kennedy Jr., calling him the most pro-abortion Republican appointed to Secretary of HHS in modern history. LOL. Well, hey, girlies, this is Brat. He's very, very pro-abortion. Let's see why Pence has his panties in a bunch. Donald Trump's nominee for Secretary of Health and Human Services, RFK Jr., is drawing opposition from former Vice President Mike Pence over Kennedy's remarks on abortion. In a statement, Pence said Kennedy would be the most pro-abortion Republican appointed secretary of HHS in modern history. Well, I kind of like this. We're not, I'm not saying I love Trumpito here, but I kind of like that. I'm very pro that of women's rights to do those things. So let's see what he says. On behalf of tens of millions of pro-life Americans, I respectfully, this is Mike Pence. On behalf of tens of millions of pro-life Americans, I respectfully urge Senate Republicans to reject this nomination and give the American people a leader who will respect the sanctity of life as Secretary of Health and Human Services. Pence's statement said, Pence, do you respect the sanctity of life when you go to war with Iraq and Afghanistan and just kill millions of people? Do you respect the sanctity of life when you just fund wars all around the world and are extremely pro-Ukraine as millions and millions of people die every day? Do you respect the sanctity of life when you're aboard the fucking Air Trump and you're slamming down Big Macs, not thinking of the consequences on the sanctity of your own life? Trump's choice of Kennedy has drawn alarm from the healthcare professionals. Ooh, the healthcare professionals are on the side of Pence here. Very interesting. Who see his history of opposing vaccination as a threat to the public health. Kennedy has pledged to root out corruption in U.S. health agencies such as the FDA and the NIH, and has floated the idea of removing fluoride from the nation's public water supply. Nice. Kennedy's views on abortion, though, have drawn criticism not only from anti-abortion stalwarts like Pence, but also from abortion rights supporters. Okay. So, again, you can't really win here, I suppose. They point to Kennedy's comments earlier this year, vaguely supporting limits on abortion. After a certain point. Apparently, that's what he said. I don't know. It's just a quote. Pence's comments suggest there could be opposition to Kennedy from the former vice president's fellow Christian conservatives in Congress. Pence, who served in the House from 2001 to 2013, had a falling out with Trumpito in 2021 after certifying the 2020 election. Despite Trump supporters attempting to violently storm the Capitol, the rioters at the time set up a noose and gallows outside the White House chanting, "Hang Mike Pence," with Trump at the time reportedly thinking that Pence deserved those chants. Whoo! America, man. Holy smokes. Hey, speaking of Mike Pence, and Jan 6th, I got this other one here. This is a good one. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Yeah, here's something fun for you guys. Jan 6th related, of course. Basically, this guy, what's his fucking name? Oh, here we go. I got it. Where did it go here?
Former NFL player who was briefly with the Carolina Panthers, now facing charges in connection to the January 6th riot. Antoine Williams was briefly with the Panthers from 2018 to 2019 as a linebacker. He was arrested in Georgia yesterday. According to court filings, Williams is accused of charging the Capitol, then hitting an officer. It states Williams was identified by a distinct key fob and golf hat that matched photos posted online. NBC News reports he is now facing felony and misdemeanor charges for assaulting police officers.
All right. Well, hopefully Trump will pardon this NFL hero. I'm just kidding. No one cares about this guy. Okay. Well, these things happen. I don't know what to tell you, folks. Maybe he was leading the Pence thing. He was like, hang Pence, hang Pence. Who knows? All right. Let's take a quick break. Folks, you are riled up and you are just so excited for the holidays. You're getting ready for Aunt Caroline to come to the house with 4 boxes. You heard me right, folks. 4 boxes of boxed red wine. And she's going to come up to you with her red stained lips and she's going to go, "I actually think you don't need to get abortions." And you're going to lose your fucking mind. So what do you do, folks? Well, you could have a little bit of an easier time with her by breaking out an Oklahoma smoke, folks. These Oklahoma smokes are the top tier smokes. They have cigarettes, they have joints, they have, well, we call them pre-rolls around here. And they are full of California grown CBD, the 100% CBD, the best CBD you can get on the market, with 40,000 plus happy customers and a 42-day money back guarantee. It is a no-brainer this holiday season. A little bit of Oklahoma smoke to go along with that turkey and your aunt's weird political views and her dyed red teeth, because you can't take it anymore. You sit opposite of her, the nip's popping out. She's been yelling and screaming. One singular nip is hanging out while she says, "Build that wall," and she's like, "Pass me the turkey," and you completely lose it. You unravel. Before that happens, go to itsoklahomas.com, use the link in our fucking bio, and use the code UnfunnyKev for 15% off. That's 15% off with the code. But remember, folks, if you don't use the code, well, then you don't get any of the advantage. You don't get the discount. You got to put in the code, and it's in the bio. It's UnfunnyKevin. Jesus, UNFUNNYKEVIN for 15% off your first order of Oklahoma smokes, and enjoy your holiday turkey a little bit happier. Thank you. I'm getting excited. December, they're raising the pre-orders on the light phone, folks. We talk about the light phone. I'm a light phone user myself. I swear by it. I go light 3 times a week, and I'm hoping to bump it up to 7 when this fucking thing comes out, folks. The light phone is a phone free of distraction, free of the headlines, free of your QAnon uncle's emails, because it doesn't have it. So there's no option. See, folks, what you do is you try to go minimal. You delete the apps, you add the apps back, you put an app blocker, you put an app timer, yada fucking yah. And the light phone just says no. It says no to big fucking corporations stealing your data and fucking with your shit. And it gives you your life back. And I'm telling you right now, if you're from the 90s, DM me or send me an email at TheUnfunnyKevinShow@gmail.com, and I will help you, because you remember life pre-phone, pre-fucking internet, taking over all this shit, and you'll have a different appreciation. And if you're like a baby that was hooked on an iPad and it's like crack, and you're stuck on what used to be the information highway, and you're in the dark alley of fucking, 30-second TikTok clips that are, structured like fucking slot machines, and it's just brain rotting you, DM me or hit me up. I'll fucking help you. I don't care. But you got to use the link in the bio to pre-order the Light Phone 3 right now, and accessories and headphones and yada, 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 and send me all this shit. Maybe I'll give you a gift for doing it. I'll give you guys a gift. We'll run a little contest. Please support the Light Phone and the Unfunny Kevin Show. Every purchase supports the show, and it goes to a company that has a fucking heartbeat and a spine. All right, thanks. Back to the show, folks. So moving right along, Trumpedo is great, but we have a fan clips to get to, and one of them is fantastic. It's from my president, Joseph Biden.
Today, I'm proud to be here, the first sitting U.S. president to visit the Amazon rainforest to recommit to protecting the rainforest like this one. Folks, we don't have to choose between the environment and the economy. We can do both. We've proven it back home. It's no secret that I'm leaving office in January. I will leave my successor and my country in a strong foundation to build on if they choose to do so. It's true, some may seek to deny or delay the clean energy revolution that's...
It's so funny. He stumbled on deny or delay, but he was really good on clean energy revolution.
...underway in America. But nobody can reverse it. Nobody.
All righty. Yeah, this is Joseph in the Amazon, and it's November. He could be doing so many other things for you folks, but he's in the Amazon giving this bizarre speech, and I love his speech. His pattern is amazing. It's true. I don't. I do. I'd like to. I know. Hey, come on. It's like, I don't know if you've ever seen a soundboard. Just Google what a soundboard looks like. It's like when you see dudes that make beats and shit and they sample and they go to the fucking sampler and they got to hit the square, and the square just has like a preloaded phrase or sound or sample. And it's just like, boom, I go, I don't, sometimes. Like it's just hobbled together phrases and words. It's quite hilarious. Yeah, man. Fucking America, man. All right. All right. In good news,
we here today officially announce the filing of our $100 million lawsuit against the United States government.
yes.
The FBI, the CIA, and the NYPD, who we believe all conspired to assassinate Malcolm X. Over the last 3 years, every day, every week, every month, we have been unearthing new evidence.
Yeah, this is, I love this. This is Benjamin Crump, an attorney from Malcolm X's family, openly saying they're finally suing them over new unearthed evidence. Although everyone knew, the CIA, I mean, at least I knew. You can just watch the fucking, has no one watched the movie or read the, Malcolm X's book is, the biography is insane. The movie with Denzel Washington's like one of the best fucking performances I think I've ever seen in my life. If you've never watched it, watch it. If you haven't read it, read it. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, folks. They say, you know, our government would never kill its own. Retards say that. My father would say that a lot. And then, of course, here's your example. They whacked your president. They whacked the fucking one of the only black leaders to ascend to that level at the time and make so much progress and was so ahead of his fucking time. They whacked, they did 9/11. I'm just kidding. Don't hate me. But I mean, I'm not really kidding. They murder people across the board in different countries for all sorts of fun reasons. I don't know why they think they, who's arguing? Who's sitting around going, I don't think they did. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane. How could you, what shred of argument could you produce that would go counter to that? You know, doesn't even fucking make sense. But yeah, I think, you know, grand scheme of things, justice should be fucking served for that, because his family members are activists. They have their own set of, you know, things they're doing to help the community. And this should be a layup. They should come out and say, yeah, NYPD was fucking corrupt. The CIA was fucking corrupt. What they did was fucked up. Here's the money. Use some of it to help, you know, like, it's just insane. Like, this shit of like, they're pretending like they didn't fucking whack. This is nuts. Of course they did. Of course. And of course they do. Look up look at the reason I'm here in America is the coup, the 1953 coup d'etat. The CIA, look it up, Project Ajax, Mossadegh, Iran, fucking elected prime. I'm not going to scream at everyone here. You just do your own research. Like RFK and all the other good folks out there doing the good work. Listen, I love all of you. Do me a favor. Leave me a 5-star review and a comment in the Apple Podcast Store, please, for the love of God. If you listen on Spotify, leave us 5 stars. If you listen on the YouTube, I know we have that. It's kind of funny. Subscribe, share it with your friends, leave a comment, like it. That helps. We had a record fucking breaking new audience this past week. So thank you guys for listening in all those new markets. I love you. I see you. I appreciate you. Email us at TheUnfunnyKevinShow@gmail.com to send me TikToks and clips that you want me to talk about. And continue to support the show every week. I'm here every Monday. We might add a Friday instead of a Monday. We'll think about it. I'll announce it. UnfunnyKev on Instagram. And thank you for supporting the show. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. And, you know, the CIA fucking killed Malcolm X and that fight was fixed. Okay, have a good night.
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart, I want to eat your children. Praise be to Allah.
They call me Kublai Khan, ready for war with a Ruger 9. I'm ready with a machete for Rudy Giuliani. I'm ready for an